One quiet afternoon, Tom the cat was lounging in the living room when his stomach growled loudly. "I'm starving," he muttered, heading to the kitchen to find a snack. But as soon as he opened the door, he froze in shock. The kitchen was in complete chaos. Pancakes were flipping themselves on the stove, spaghetti noodles were slithering like snakes, and cupcakes were flying through the air. In the middle of it all was Jerry, holding a tiny jar of glowing powder and laughing mischievously. "Jerry, what did you do?" Tom shouted, dodging a flying donut. Jerry grinned and held up the jar. "I found this magical powder in the pantry. It makes food come to life." He sprinkled a little more powder on a slice of pizza, and it immediately sprouted legs and started running around the kitchen. Tom's eyes widened. "That's amazing, but also a little terrifying." Before Tom could say anything else, a giant meatball rolled toward him, and he had to leap out of the way. The kitchen had turned into a wild, wacky food fight. Tom decided he had to stop Jerry and put an end to the madness. He lunged toward the mouse, but a loaf of bread jumped in his way, blocking his path. "Oh no, you don't," Tom said, pushing the bread aside. Jerry, meanwhile, was having the time of his life. He hopped onto a flying waffle and zoomed around the kitchen, dodging Tom's every move. The magical food seemed to be on Jerry's side. A group of cookies formed a barricade to protect him, and a spaghetti noodle tripped Tom as he tried to climb onto the counter. Realizing he couldn't catch Jerry on his own, Tom came up with a plan. He grabbed a piece of cheese from the fridge and waved it in the air. "Hey Jerry, look what I've got," Tom called out. Jerry's eyes lit up. "Cheese!" He jumped off the waffle and ran toward Tom, but just as he was about to grab the cheese, Tom tossed it into a mixing bowl and covered it with a lid. "Gotcha," Tom said triumphantly, but Tom's victory was short-lived. The magical food, now free from Jerry's control, started causing even more chaos. A giant cake rolled toward Tom, and a group of hot dogs formed a conga line, blocking his escape. Jerry, still trapped in the mixing bowl, peeked out and realized the food was out of control. "Oh," he said, "I think we might have a problem." Tom and Jerry knew they had to work together to stop the food before it took over the entire house. Tom opened the lid of the mixing bowl, and Jerry climbed out. "Okay, here's the plan," Jerry said. "We need to trap the food in the fridge before it gets worse." Tom nodded, and the two of them sprang into action. Tom used a broom to herd the food toward the fridge, while Jerry climbed onto the counter and opened the door. One by one, they managed to trap the magical food inside. The last item left was the giant cake, which had grown even bigger and was now chasing them around the kitchen. Tom and Jerry worked together to lure it toward the fridge. "Now!" Jerry shouted as Tom slammed the fridge door shut, trapping the cake inside.